As a breast radiologist and mentor in WA, she draws on her IMG journey and self-leadership framework to inspire optimistic leadership, breaking barriers in healthcare and beyond. And Melissa, I give you the stage. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. All right, thank you for attending this workshop. And this worksheet, one each row. Feel free to share, and I put a few papers. If you don't have your journal, please feel free to use the papers for you to write as a reflection. So yes, thank you. This is going to be a bit of informal, so yeah, I'll start with my journey. My journey started 20 years ago when I was offered a job as a fellow in interventional radiology in Perth. And did not have money. When I got a job, I did not have money, so I borrowed money from my sister so I can pay for flights, accommodation, visa, APRA, etc., etc. And so I came to Perth with only 30 kilograms of summer clothes and 7 kilograms of hand carry luggage, plus a bag that I tried to fill in 5 to 10 of my belongings so I can take more of my belongings. And the plan was to do the 1-year training in Perth and then go back to the Philippines and be the first female interventional radiologist of the Philippines. But when I arrived in January 2005, I met someone in March. We got engaged in June, and we got married in November, all in the same year. My life had a different trajectory, and I wasn't prepared. And so, yeah, this is my 30 kilogram of journey and a suitcase of dreams. And I did not know anyone who's done radiology specialist pathway. So I thought I'm going to do AMC 1 and 2. But when I was, and I realized, I don't want to do general medicine. I have no idea what to do with that. I have no intention of studying general medicine again. So I think I need to do a radiology specialist pathway. And so that's what I did, the road less traveled. And I wasn't equipped of how to navigate the challenges. I wasn't prepared for the challenges, the setbacks, and the trials and tribulations of navigating that specialist pathway. I felt alone, and I did not know anyone. I don't know who to go to. I don't know what to do. I do not have a roadmap. I only have Yahoo at the time, the internet, to do all the research, the AMC, the ECFMG, the what else? All those steps that I need to do so that the AMC can forward my application to RANZA, Royal Australian New Zealand College of Radiology. So that was my journey. But before I continue, I'd like to suss the group because we come from different. This is an IMG conference, so I'd like to suss where are you from? Raise your hand, or maybe we can start with you.
Well, I'm from Malaysia. So you want me to point out on the map?
Sure.
It's really close to the Philippines, yeah. So I'm from here, Penang. So it's just a tiny bit, just at the northern border between Malaysia and Thailand. It's really unique. I mean, like, there's a lot of cultures there.
Anyone?
I'm from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
I'm from Spain.
Spain.
We're from Philippines.
Oh, nice.
Welcome.
I'm from Mongolia. Philippines also.
India.
India.
Japan.
Japan.
And
Who else? Thank you for sharing. And yes, we come from different oceans, but we face the same storms, right? Anyone agree? Yeah. And that's why we have this conference, right? Different shores, same storms. So the ocean journey, so the analogy of our journey is like the ocean journey. Sometimes our journey is calm, sometimes life has swells, sometimes it's wavy, and most of the time it's stormy, right? Anyone agree? Yes. And we've been talking about this for the past 2 days. There are many barriers as an IMG to become a doctor here in Australia. We have dreams of practicing in Australia, we have hope and optimism, but apart from the external barriers, we have our internal barriers. Anyone agree? We have the fear of the unknown. I had that 20 years ago. I had self-doubt, language barrier. I don't know who's here yesterday. I shared my journey of failing my IELTS exam. I did not only fail it once, but I failed it 3 times. I failed my speaking component, and the second and third, I failed my writing component. Who does that? It was embarrassing. I was a doctor already in the Philippines, a radiology specialist, but also failed the English exam. Looking back, I told myself, probably did not fail the English exam. I should have rephrased it to, I did not get into the cutoff of 7 band score, right? It's actually not a failure. It's actually not good enough for the requirements to be APRA registered. And also the cultural adjustment. So other barriers like obviously the exam failures. Again, I spoke about this yesterday about embracing failures. Apart from me failing the English exam, I also failed my specialist radiology exam, my RANSA, not only once, but also 3 times. And I'm laughing now about those failures, but back then it was demoralizing. And back then, people will be telling you, after failing 3 times, you need to stop and change careers. But I did not do that. I did not let those failures define my future, define me, and define my identity. My goal was to be a radiologist in Australia, and that's what I focused, and that's what I told myself, that I am going to be a radiologist no matter how long it takes, and no matter how much it takes, because it's expensive to sit the exams, right? And obviously, that led to my burnout too, because I did not only fail the exam, I felt that I was failing as a mother, because I have to forget my motherhood. I just had a baby, and I could not find time to look after him, because I have to study after work. Even if I'm working full-time, I still have to stay after 5 in the hospital so I can study, because I cannot study at home. I also went to the library, or even went to the hospital to look at films on weekends, on public holidays. It was hard. It was hard for me, and I felt that this is killing me. Defining my motherhood like that? Oof, I feel emotional. So yes, there was identity loss as well. And obviously, the storm. Who's in the storm right now? Anyone? Yeah. I'm not immune to the storm, even though I'm already a specialist here practicing since 2011 as a specialist radiologist. I still have my own storms, sometimes internal and sometimes external, but yeah, but different storms. So the reason why we're doing this workshop, because I'd like to share my key takeaway, my learnings, and I'm really passionate about sharing my journey because I did not have a mentor when I was navigating this for the past 6 years. I did my RANS specialist assessment, passed exam, and a total of upskilling of 6 years. And I already did my 4-year radiology specialist training in the Philippines, and I did 6 years in Australia. I did 10 years of radiology. That's a long time. So I just want to share what I've learned over those decades of struggles, and I hope you'll pick up at least one or two. And yeah, so that we will not just survive the storm, but thrive. Are we all for it? So, because it's a workshop, I feel that it should be interactive, and this is a safe space. What happens here, what's gonna be talked about here in this room stays in this room. I think we can all agree. Yeah. Anyone wants to share which barrier are you facing at the moment? And feel free to, if you don't want to share, please feel free to write to all the newly attendees. I've got the worksheet. Please feel free to share, and I've got some papers. If you don't have your notebook, feel free to use the papers to write. Let's give us 1 to 2 minutes time to reflect on which barrier are you facing, and if you'd like to raise your hand and share what barrier you're facing right now, feel free to share. Anyone wants to share what barrier you're facing right now? AMC1?
I would say self-doubt. I am a recent medical graduate from India. I have completed my degree and internship as well. And like right now I'm going through the exams and trying to find jobs here. And I would say for me, one of the particular barriers is self-doubt. I don't know how relevant or how competent I am going to be here when I get into the job. Because of course I want to be efficient and give my 100% and care for the patient. And I kind of have that self-doubt. I don't know how in how good of a way I'll be able to do that.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Has anyone have self-doubt? Raise your hand. We're not alone. I had that too. I also have self-doubt today. You're not alone. And also, the Australian local graduates, they also have self-doubt. You're not alone.
Referred to as imposter syndrome.
Of course. Yes, we do. Anyone has imposter syndrome right now? Yes, me too. To be honest, this is my first time facilitating a workshop. So, I was so stressed out for the past 3 months. I have no sleep. Anyone wants to share more? Okay, thank you. So, as an analogy,
Did you want to share?
oh, sorry, I missed you.
It's okay. I just want to say because we are just fresh graduates and we don't have money, and those exams is very, very expensive. You
Yes.
cannot ask your parents for that. So
Yes.
that's part of the, I'm really concerned about that.
Yes, financial struggles. Anyone has that? Yes, me too. 20 years ago. Remember, I only borrowed money from my sister. Oh, maybe you weren't here. I borrowed money from my sister before coming to Australia 20 years ago. I did not have money. I could not afford to pay for the visa, APRA, registration, etc., flights, etc. I did not have money. Although I was already a practicing radiologist in the Philippines, it's no money.
So expensive.
It's so expensive. At the age of 30, I was still living with my mother, and I do have a car, but that's from my mom. I could not even afford to pay rent, have my own car, all my money is just going to petrol and toll fees in the Philippines, because from work to home it will take me 1 to 2 hours drive, even though it's only 30K away. So I know majority of us are IMGs, but the reason why I wanted to share the analogy of the ocean journey is because I fell in love with swimming. And as a Filipino, I grew up, I don't know how to swim. And I only learned how to swim here in Australia maybe 12, 14 years ago, when my kids are very good in swimming. They started swimming at the age of 6 months, because majority of Aussies learn how to swim in 6 months. But before I do that analogy and share that story, anyone swims here? Because then you might not be able to relate. You may not be able to relate to a swimming journey. So I only started swimming when my second child was born, because I have to swim with them when doing the swimming lessons, and then I thought I know how to swim already, because I did a 1 session of swimming lessons back in the Philippines, and that's it. I thought I know how to swim. But 11 years ago, a sonographer in my private practice challenged me, Vanessa, you've been running already, and maybe you know how to swim, and I think you know how to cycle. Let's do a triathlon. I said, yeah, maybe I can swim. Let's do it. So we signed up for a women's triathlon event, and it's going to be in 3 months. And so we started our swimming practice in the 50-meter outdoor pool. And after 5 meters of swimming, I said to myself, oh my God, I don't know how to swim. And I can see all the Aussies swimming back, forth. And I felt like I was drowning. And so I said, I think I need swimming lessons. And so I enrolled myself to a swimming lesson, and we did our first open water swim event, and I felt that I'm going to drown, I'm going to die. It's a 250-meter swim in the ocean, and then I have to bike and run after that. And everyone's already ahead of me, and when I went in, I could not even swim, even though I already did the swimming lessons, etc., etc. And I ended up doing backstroke swimming for the next 250 meters. And there's a paddler next to me and saying to me, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. I'm going to finish this no matter how long it takes. I'm going to finish it. And so I did. Not even backstroke. What's that called? Survival. I don't know. And then I did the bike. It's a 10K bike. And I did the run. I completed it. I said, oh my God, I just did an impossible. I think I can do more. I think I need to work on my weakness. I think I need to learn how to swim properly. And so I did. I looked for swim coaches. I enrolled to different classes. And eventually, after searching and looking for swim coaches, I found one. And I did a one-on-one session once a week for the next 3 years. And fast forward now, I've done a lot of open water swim events. And for the past 3 years, I've been doing 3.6 kilometer swim around the jetty. I don't know who's from WA, but I'm sure you know Bustleton Jetty Swim. I did that, and I did one just recently in Feb. And I've completed half Ironman. But the reason why I'm telling and sharing that, not just to impress you, but to share my journey towards that. That when I'm practicing my open water swimming in the ocean can still be, we like swimming in a calm ocean, but what do we do when there's swell, when there's waves, when there's, obviously I will not swim in the storm, but I was able to do a swim event where there's just really swelly, and I thought I'm not gonna finish it. But how do we equip ourselves for these stages of our life when there's the storm, the waves, and the swell? What do we do? So to others who doesn't have the worksheet, feel free to scan and take it home. Feel free to share to your colleagues, to your friends, to fellow IMGs. Feel free to share it and let me know if you're all finished scanning. Yes? So I want to share swim aids, meaning what do we do? How do we equip ourselves? What are our toolkits? What's in our pocket to survive the challenges of AMC 1, 2, or specialist pathway? Or what do we do when we have self-doubt, imposter syndrome? So I'd like to share my own self-leadership framework with you today. How are we with time? Sorry.
Oh, no, we're pretty plenty of time, 25 minutes.
Okay. So, self-leadership is our swimming aids. As a metaphor for thriving. We don't want to just survive. We also want to thrive. So I feel that the self-leadership that I've learned throughout the years and decades helped me thrive even during the calm, choppy, swelly, and stressful moments of my life. I keep pressing the where is it? So this is the framework. I call it the SAGE framework. S for self-talk, A for appreciation, G for gratitude, and E for energy. So, as for self-talk, self-talk is the quiet critic. What do we tell ourselves? Are we our own what do you call this? Negative critic? Or are we our own self-compassionate coach? Are we aware of what we talk to ourselves, what we say to ourselves? How many negative things do we say to ourselves every day? How many positive things do we say to ourselves every day? Are we aware? A for appreciation. Do we notice our small wins? Not just the big wins. Do we appreciate where we are now? Do we appreciate that we're in Australia? Do we appreciate the weather outside? We have a beautiful weather. I know Melbourne has different crazy weather, but it's beautiful outside at the moment, right? Do we appreciate that? I appreciate it because last week when I checked the weather, it was supposed to rain. I already have my umbrella in my luggage. And then when I checked before I flew here, I'm from Perth, so when I flew here, I just removed it. I said, it's going to be great. It's going to be nice. So I did not have to add that to my weight. And G for gratitude. Anchor yourself in purpose. What are we grateful for today? I'm so grateful for this conference. Are we? Are we not? First time in Agro? Because as an IMG, we did not have this back then. I did not have a mentor. This doesn't exist before 20 years ago. I felt so lost. I did not know anyone. To have this conference to have these people, passionate people, who are here to give us the wisdom, the research, the knowledge. I'm so grateful for that. What are we grateful for today? And E for energy. How are we showing up every day? Are we showing up? Am I showing up as a grumpy doctor every day at work? Is that am I conscious that if I'm showing up at work as grumpy? Or am I intentional with my energy? Am I intentional when I come to work? Am I intentional to be the positive person? It's not about toxic positivity, okay? It is just making a choice every day. Do I want to be a grumpy doctor, or do I want to be my positive self? Are we conscious about that? So self-talk is our swim goggles. What negative self-talk have we noticed lately? Do you want to write or do you want to share? Feel free to write and reflect, or share if you want. But yes, my negative self-talk before. I'm not a good mom. I have prioritized my career over my motherhood. I let my husband, my mother, who was for the past 9 years of my kids growing up. I had my mom for 1 year, have my in-laws for alternate years. For 9 years, they taking turns to look after my kids. And I also served them 10-year moratorium. Yes, I was fostered 2 hours away from home. I sacrificed that because I have no choice. I cannot practice in the Perth Metro. I was separated from my kids, my family, and I let my mom and my husband look after my kids while they're growing up. I missed a lot of their milestones, and it was killing me. I told myself I'm a bad mom. So how can you reframe it and become your own coach? How did I reframe it? I'm not a bad mom after all. My son, he's 18 now. I think I need tissues. First year, uni. My daughter, she's 14, year 9. I'm a good mom. She just won first place in high jump on Wednesday. I'm a good mom. Thank you for indulging with me. This is happy tears, and this is why I'm passionate about sharing. Thank you. As a speaker, you should not be crying in front of the audience, but that's okay. I'm not gonna judge myself. Swim goggles. Goggles help you see clearly underwater. The self-talk clears your inner vision. So it refrains our inner critic so that we can see clearly. So I don't know if anyone knows a pool boy. Pool boy is, I don't have a picture of it. I should have a picture of it next time. Pool boy is what it's a swim device training that we use. We put it in here so that we can practice on our front crawl. So I use that when I'm doing swim training. So I use that so that I can practice my swim stroke properly and float without having my legs get tired. So that's the pool boy. So with appreciation, what small wins can you appreciate today? Do you want to share or do you want to write down in the worksheet? Anyone wants to share? Yes.
Appreciate that we are in a safe country. We are not in a war zone. We have that safety every day. For now, to wake up
And that's beautiful.
I
Yes.
think other people may not have that privilege that we have.
Yes. We live in a privileged country. That we're safe. Hi.
We have a place to sleep tonight. Now the rents are so expensive and the houses are so expensive, so we're very lucky.
Yes, we are. So, how does appreciation help keep you afloat during difficult times? It's so helpful to appreciate not only one or two or three. If you don't know, if you're in a storm right now and you are having a hard time finding appreciation or no and doesn't feel appreciated, you are appreciated, and you just need to dig deeper. Maybe you can appreciate and write only one day a week or one appreciation a day, until every day it will just pile up 1, 2, 3, 4 until you fill up the page or pages of your journal. So appreciation has changed my life. I do appreciate every day and pray, but I did not realize that journaling my appreciation and actually my gratitude, journaling my appreciation and gratitude, and even writing one gratitude a day or 2 or 3 a day, and then it just piles up every day, every week, month, until I fill up pages and pages of gratitude and appreciation. And I did not realize that everything that I appreciated, it appreciated, meaning appreciate, meaning it doubles, it triples, quadruples, 100-fold, and it just came back to me. And I'm so grateful for that. So pool boy keeps you afloat when we are tired. Appreciation keeps you buoyant with small wins. Celebrate where you are now. Celebrate small progresses, and so that you can stay afloat and keep you grounded. Okay, anyone knows swim paddles? This is example of swim paddle. G for gratitude. I called it. My analogy for this is swim paddles. Swim paddle is what I put my fingers here, and then I use it to strengthen my stroke. Because even though I've been swimming for a few years now, even though I've finished a lot of open water swim events and Ironman, triathlon, I'm still a slow swimmer. I'm always at the end of the pack. And I used to beat myself for being so slow, beating myself for not being able to swim with my 60, 70-year-old swim friends, swim buddies. I could not even overtake the 70-year-old. And I keep comparing myself with them. And I'm so beating myself for being slow end of the pack and being not a good enough swimmer. And because of that, my joy of swimming was deteriorating and the fun was lost until I realized that I don't need to compare myself with others. I just need to focus on the joy. And so I started to just enjoy the swim and use the paddles to strengthen my stroke so that maybe someday or maybe never that I can be in the middle of the pack. So as I've told you, I shared with you, I started writing in my gratitude journal. Why? Why am I doing this? Because I am an opera fan. I don't know about you, but I know when opera show was on, she keeps telling, write 3 things you are grateful for the day. And I did not take that seriously until when I went to Chicago for a conference and I saw The Secret Book. I don't know if anyone is familiar with The Secret Book, and there's a journal, a gratitude journal. I said, I think I need to start practicing and write on this gratitude journal. And so, yes, I started doing that, and appreciation and gratitude every day, not only in the morning, midday, evening, every day, is just, for me, life-changing and has changed the trajectory of my life, my career, personal and professional life. So, anyone wants to share 3 things or 1 thing you're grateful today, or write in your journal? Anyone wants to share? Apart from being here in the conference and almost lunchtime maybe. How will be time?
40 minutes.
I'm just grateful I'm able to share here.
And I am healthy.
Yes,
I love that.
we are. We're all healthy. Thank you for sharing. I'm actually just want to give a shout out to my 2 mentees who stepped up this week. Shout out to Jem and Kat. I gave them a challenge to submit an abstract here for this conference. They did not only present it once but twice. I'm super proud of them for stepping up and saying yes. You know why? Because I told you I failed the speaking component of my IELTS exam. And I did not have mentor before. I'm scared of public speaking. Who's not afraid of public speaking? Everyone is. I'm sure they were freaking out for the past 3 months before coming here. I'm sure they're having sleepless nights, preparing for this conference, for preparing for their talks. So I just want to shout out and champion you for stepping up and being your own advocate, boosting your CV for job applications, because that's what's the goal, right? To boost your CV. So paddles build strength over time. Gratitude builds resilience. Yes, this is how we can be resilient in any storm. And mental strength. Because there's a saying that our mindset is a muscle that we need to train every day. Be intentional every day of what we think, what we say to ourselves. Give thanks so that you can grow stronger. So E for energy, so it's a swim aid, it's a swim buddy or a coach. What energizes you and what drains you? Are you aware what energizes you and what drains you? Are you aware of the negative people around you at work or somewhere? Are you aware of your negative friends, your negative Nelly? Are you aware of who's draining your energy? Who's the energy sucker in the workplace? Are you putting boundaries or force field around you? Are you aware? Are you aware of the people who are your cheerleaders, your uplifters, your upstanders? Are you aware? Who are they? Are you surrounding yourself with people you can learn from, who can mentor you, who can coach you, not only professionally, but personally, for your growth? Are you aware? Do you know them? Are you reaching out? Are you proactive? Are you investing on these people? Are you aware? Who are your swim buddies? Who are your accountability partners? Who are your study group? Do you have someone to help you go up? Pass the exam. Do you have a study buddy? Or are you doing it alone? Are we aware? Do you know who are these people? Anyone wants to share? So, for me, when I was navigating, I told you, I did not have any mentors. And like what the talks this morning about IMGs are excluded in tutorials, registrar training tutorials. I was excluded from attending the Wednesday afternoon radiology registrar tutorials because IMGs are supposed to be the one filling up the gap while all the registrars are in the tutorials. So I was excluded. I don't know what to study. I just checked the website of Ransa of what to study. I was navigating, studying on my own. So I looked for other IMGs and I created my own circle. Because these other IMGs are not proactive or introverted like me, I have to reinvent myself and advocate for me and my fellow IMGs and approach each radiology consultant to give us OSCE exam tutorials. And I make sure every day we have someone booked every day before our OSCE exam. Because I'm not allowed to join the radiology trainee OSCE, radiology trainee tutorials. I organized it on my own, with or without the IMGs if they're interested or if they're available. I make sure every day we have tutorials. So I'm so grateful for those consultants. I did receive rejections from some, but I'm so grateful for the people who did not only do once, but twice or almost every day or every week or once a month. And even though I failed it 3 times, they still gave the tutorials patiently. I'm so grateful. They're my swim buddies. So buddies and coaches keep you safe and accountable. Protecting your energy works the same so that you can thrive, not only survive, but thrive in the storm. This, how are we with time? Sorry.
47. It's 13 minutes. Yeah, no, you're at 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, other swimmates that can accelerate your growth, if you like. The fins. Anyone familiar with the fins? So I use that to strengthen my kick because I realized I don't kick at all when I'm swimming. Maybe that's the reason why I'm so behind. Fins help you move faster and build your technique. In leadership, it's like mentors or shortcuts that accelerate your growth. So that's what I'm talking about. So when I when I passed the fellowship exam in radiology, I did not have any mentors as well. I was navigating everything on my own. And even during, 11 years ago, I took over a business, a 45-year-old business, and specializing in breast imaging. And I was brave enough to take over a business. I do not have business background, but I have the passion and I have the expertise in breast imaging, because I ended up, in that 6 years of me failing, I ended up doing 2 years of breast imaging fellowship. So I did not want to do anything else except doing breast imaging. So I was brave enough to take over a breast imaging private clinic. I did not have any mentor, I did not have any business background. So I wasn't equipped to be a business owner. So for the first 3-5 years, it felt so lonely. It felt so lonely, scary, and I was literally burned out. So eventually I met people, unfortunately not in the medical field, but in the women's leadership or entrepreneurship community. I found my tribe. I found the people who are like me, think differently, business-minded, and they help accelerate my growth as a person, as an entrepreneur. I found my tribe. Not only one or two, but now I have other tribes, like the speaking tribe. I have mentor in public speaking too. So I invested on that too for my growth, because I know I have a message to share, stories to share. And so I have a tribe for that, and I'm grateful for that tribe. I'm grateful for my mentors. Use fins when you do need momentum. Take tools that speed your progress. So that's the lesson. So in Australia, you cannot swim without a swim cap. So swim caps reduce drag and protect your focus. In leadership, boundaries and clarity keep your headspace clear. Are you distracted with your journey? What are you doing? Are you focused? Are you only studying medicine or general medicine? Or are you also reading, listening about personal growth, self-help books? How are you equipping yourself with the storm? I used to listen to a lot of music during my commute to and from work. But since I became an entrepreneur, I started reading, meaning audiobook listening, to self-help books or growth books, business books, to and from work. My work is only 15 minutes drive or 20 minutes drive, but during long commute, when I was traveling 2 hours to and from work, I can finish an audiobook. But I don't listen to music. I listen to audiobooks because this, for me, is micro-learning. I only listen to podcasts that will help me grow. And every morning, I listen to guided meditations to keep me grounded, to just boost my energy, even if you don't feel like getting up, even if you feel that the day is going to be busy. The meditation, guided meditation helped me clear space, boost my energy, and change just my mood. And I used to listen it with my daughter when we're preparing before I drop her off to school. We used to listen to the guided meditation. I listened literally every day. And then there was one night, adult moment, I had an adult tantrum. Of course, I still have adult tantrums. But I'm aware now. But most especially, my daughter told me, "Mom, all is well. I'll give you a hug. And I just cried. Because that's what we listen every day. All is well. Guided meditation. She's learning too. So that was humbling for me. That they listen to you. You are the role model to them. So yes, I'm teary-eyed again. So yes, what's in your swim bag? What's your self-leadership aids? Do you have a goggle? Do you have a pool boy? Do you have a paddle? Do you have a swim buddy? Do you have fins? Do you have swim cap? Sorry, I cannot read this. With these aids, you don't just survive the waves. You don't just survive the storm. You thrive in open waters. So again, we go back. Which barrier are you facing right now? What tools and stroke will you use to help you navigate the storm, the challenges? Stroke by stroke to thriving. From fear and fatigue. From fellowship and finish lines. This is my journey, and I hope you learned something today. It's the SAGE framework again that I keep sharing, and it's based on my personal experience, and I love it to share with you, and I hope you pick at least one today, if not one, all, for you to practice. You don't need to do everything today. Just pick one. Practice every day, once a week, once a month. Pick your swim aids. So this is actually based on a 9-step self-leadership framework that I shared in my chapter in Women Leading the Way. Feel free to download this free chapter. This was published as an anthology book with other women leaders, my tribe. These are the 9-step self-leadership framework that I just used as my swim aids in my personal professional growth as a doctor and as a leader, as a speaker, as an entrepreneur, as a mom, as a wife, as a boss to my team. These are my swim aids, and I love it to share with you. So don't just survive the waves, thrive in them.